Okay, this is a Christmas sort of festive tiramisu. So we've got some lovely ingredients from the North Coast. We've got Causeway Coffee Company coffee. We've got artisan pumpkin spice. We've got whiskey, Glen Ballyame eggs, and then this is just Jerry from Chocolate Manor did this lovely edible Christmas card from Happy Christmas from everybody at Taste Causeway, which is lovely. So we'll put that, now the first thing I'm going to do is, for the tiramisu, is make like an spiced orange zabaione. So it's just really an orangey egg yolk mixture. So I want just the zest of an orange, nice big orange. Okay, so that's the zest in there, and then we're just going to juice some of the juice. Quite a big orange, so maybe not put all the juice in. So just squeeze that in, squeeze. It's perfect there. Got caster sugar, 75 grams. I soak some raisins, these are golden raisins, whatever you have, and some Bushmills whiskey. So we'll take a wee bit of that juice out. And then this is the artisan pumpkin spice. It's a beautiful mix of spices. So we're just going to add a couple of teaspoonfuls of that. That'll give it a lovely festive sort of face. There's vanilla in that as well, it's really lovely. Hot pan, and just whisk this up. And then we just want to whisk this until it leaves a trail. So it'll take about 5 minutes of good constant whisking. So this is a kind of a workout, which is good because then you have the workout and then you can sort of treat yourself with having the tiramisu. So just give that a really good whisk up. Every now and again, if you just take that off the heat and give it a bit of a swish around, it just stops it scrambling on you. Okay, so just don't want orange scrambled eggs. So this. Right, so that's our zabaione, so that's a kind of a base. You don't have to do, a lot of recipes don't have this, but it was just I got this recipe a few years ago and it just really lightens up your tiramisu. And then when you've got that lovely orange and spice and whiskey, it's nice and lovely and festive. Right, so another thing we're going to do in is some white chocolate as well. So what we do, bring some milk or cream up to the boil, and while that's coming up to the boil, let that cool down. And then in here we've got cream and mascarpone. So we're just going to really bring this all together. Just give this a good whisk together, using double cream, which is great. So that's that come together. We'll leave that for a wee second. So when the cream comes up to the boil, we've got white chocolate here. And then we're going to add our raisins to this as well. Raisins, I like the raisins in the tiramisu because when you know tiramisu can be quite one-dimensional. Then you get this lovely wee pop of whiskey and grapes. So let that come up to the boil, and we're using the Causeway Coffee Company. This is a new company. This is their Bebo coffee. They've got a few different ones, named after the wives of Finn McCool. So there's Aoife, there's Ciara, so Bebo, and these are really lovely coffees, and they're just absolutely beautiful. Made by Graham, roasted by Graham Watts, and they're just delicious. So that's going to be the base for our boudoir biscuits. So that's cream up to the boil now. I'm just going to add the white chocolate, turn that off the heat. And then I'm going to let that just all really just melt together and cool down slightly, and we'll whisk all this together. And I'm just going to go and make a pot of coffee now. Not for me, but for the tiramisu. Right, so the chocolate is melted. We've got our orange zabaione, we've got our raisins, we've got our mascarpone and cream. So zabaione in first. You can do this with lemon, and I would normally do it with lemon, but because it's Christmas, I thought the orange, and it does work really well. but the citrus just lightens it up, and it works really well with the coffee as well. So just mix that in. And then our white chocolate cream. Give that a good whisk up. Right, so that's our mascarpone bit there. So that's all good to go. We've got our raisins. We've got wee boudoir biscuits there. So that's them. So they're like wee trifle sponge fingers, or wee trifle sponges would be great as well. Got my coffee, Causeway Coffee Company. So as you can see, very, very strong, which is what you want. Wee splash of whiskey. And we just start dipping into so dip a biscuit in, mix it in, into the coffee, put it into the bottom. I'm just going to layer this all up. Just going to add the raisins onto this now too, so just give that a wee stir around, and then just really just spin a good bit of that down into the middle. Okay. And then another layer of the biscuits, so just into the coffee again. Starting to smell really good. Just the coffee hitting the orange is lovely. There we are. 2 to dip in afterwards, and then just the rest of the tiramisu mix on top of that there, the mascarpone. And then just spread that out, and that just goes into the fridge. And if you can leave that sort of overnight, that's good. I always find that the longer if you leave it for a day, it's great. So that's we're just going to chill that and come back to that. So just as a garnish for the tiramisu, I'm going to do some chocolate sticks. So they're a wee bit like a posh matchstick. You could just go and buy matchsticks, but you know. In here I've got raspberry vinegar, or use any kind of vinegar. And that's boiled up until it's reduced by half, and then add about half a tablespoonful of cream. So this will help emulsify the chocolate. That's quite a big word. So I've got the chocolate in here, and it's important to use half milk and half dark chocolate. So those are melted there nicely. Just bring this up to the boil. And then fold that in. Okay, so that's our... Just fold that together, and you'll sort of feel it really starting to thicken a wee bit. Take that off the heat, and I've got a piping bag here. There we are. So just a piping bag, disposable piping bag is best, because then you want a really sort of thin nozzle, not a nozzle, but just a thin hole at the end. So you get this, and then just take your chocolate into the bag. Now, as I said, you could just buy matchmakers, but I just think this is quite a nice thing to do. Give that a wee. Now just take a small sort of wee bit of a hole at the bottom there, and then non-stick parchment paper, and then just take your paper and just pipe onto the paper, down like that there. And all we're going to do then is just put that into the fridge, and they set quite quickly because of the vinegar. Okay, so you can put any kind of vinegar. I use raspberry vinegar because that's what I had, but you could put if you had some just a regular balsamic vinegar works perfectly well with this, but you can buy I know that Works Deli there in Portstewart, they sell some lovely wee vinegars, flavoured vinegars, so any kind of fruity vinegar or just a plain vinegar. Okay, so they go into the fridge and they'll take about an hour to set, and they keep for quite a while, so they're nice to sort of nibble at. Okay. Right, so these are the matchmakers, and what I have, just because it's Christmas, is I've taken a wee bit of gold glitter spray and just over on top of our wee matchsticks there. So tiramisu's out, took it out of the container, so I'm just going to take a nice slice off this. So there's our wee bit of tiramisu. And then if I take a wee, just take some of these wee matchsticks here, so just a few on top of it. You don't have to make these. You could go and buy yourself a box of matchmakers. They'll not taste as nice, and then spray them with the glitter spray. That's my new favourite thing. So if that doesn't say Christmas there, what does? So that's our festive tiramisu, and we've got the Causeway Coffee Company coffee in it. We've got some lovely Glen Ballymena eggs and the artisan pumpkin spice, and that was in our Zabillon with the orange. And we've got some whiskey, Bushmills whiskey, and then there's our lovely Christmas card from Jerry at Chocolate Manor. And just another wee bit of this. You can tell that I'm loving this, can't you? And glitter obligatory, but I think if you're in the Portstewart area, everything's going to be glitter for the next wee while. There you are. Okay. Visit Causeway Coast and Glens for the recipes for this tiramisu, for the ham, your vegetables, your lovely North Coast smoked salmon starter. And that's us. More of this. You tell I'm addicted. Right, okay. Happy Christmas, everybody. There we are. Lovely.